There's always a day when you open your fridge and all you see is a bit of this and a bit of that. I have that kind of a day at hand today. I have some salmon and I have less than a breast of chicken. And I have decided this is probably a quarter pound of salmon. So I've decided to make a dish out of it and I'll show you how I go about it. See, I'm going to add some garlic, like a tablespoon of garlic, and then I will add some fish Shan fish seasoning. I know it says fish in, but I'm going to use it both for the fish and chicken. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of this seasoning and marinate it with lemon, oil, and then mix everything together. And you can see I already added the seasoning. I've added my garlic. I added a tablespoon of olive oil, and now I'm going to squeeze a whole lime in it. And this depends on how juicy your lime is. I ended up using a whole because that's what I have at home right now. See, this marinade is now ready. It will sit for about 15 minutes, and I can now prepare the other things, other vegetables. Now I've got a white-based pan on fire, and I put a tablespoon of olive oil in it. I will add one finely chopped onion, like a medium-sized onion to it. See, I've also added a teaspoon of garlic to it. That's the garlic. And I'll wait for the onions to get slightly golden. You can see my onions have become slightly golden. This is the time when I'm going to start adding the blended tomatoes. As you can see, in went the blended tomatoes. At this point I will also add some salt and pepper. So you can see, in went the salt and the pepper to taste. I'll wait for the oil to separate or until it becomes like a thick masala, and then add some vegetables to it. You can see this is where the oil has started separating, and I will begin adding the potatoes, and then I will add some carrots because they take a lot longer to cook. They're going first. So in went 2 potatoes, chunked, cut in big chunks. So if you can see, I've just added 3 carrots and a potato to it. At this point, I'm going to add a cup of water and cover it up with a lid and let it simmer for 10 minutes. As you can see, I've already added a cup of water, and I'm going to put the lid on and take the heat to medium and time it for 10 minutes, and then open my dish. In the meanwhile, I am soaking some rice and making a couple of basmati rice to serve. This will soak for about 15 minutes. I'll wash them and rinse them at least 2 to 3 times before I use them. In this pan, I've added 2 cups of water because I'm using 1 cup of basmati rice. I'm using a 1:2 ratio. I'll add some salt and oil, a teaspoon of oil to this water. And see, my water has now come to a boil, and I will now add my washed rice, cleaned and washed rice. The clean rice. Now I'll give it all a stir and wait for it to go through the first boil, and it's cooking on medium heat. In the meanwhile, my vegetables look like this after 10 minutes. They've been partly cooked, not soft, still hard, but they need a lot more cooking time, so they have to go in first. At this point, I will begin adding the marinated chicken and the fish. The marinated chicken and fish have just gone in. I am going to lower the heat to medium low and cook it for 10 minutes. Now this is a one pot dish that has both the vegetables, meats, your protein, your vegetables, and a good healthy dinner that's quite balanced. Do try this recipe, and I'm sure you'll enjoy this. So I'm going to now simmer it on medium low heat for 10 minutes covered. On the other hand, my rice is cooking and it has gone through the first boil. I'll wait for the water to dry a little more, and then I can cook it on lower heat. Right now it's cooking on medium heat. At this point, I'll give my rice a good stir and cover it up and let it steam on low for about 10 minutes. So what my rice look like 5 minutes down the lane, and now I'm going to lower the heat on the lowest setting and then cook it under cover. So as you can see, this is what my curry looks like in 10 minutes, and I am going to flip everything gently and also give everything a little mix in that corner which I flip in. This is what I'm doing. I'm just taking the piece of fish or the piece of chicken and then giving a little stir so that everything incorporates. Here goes another piece flipped, because I don't intend to break anything, although it can happen. So yeah, give it a little mix so that the stew goes around and gets mixed very well. There goes another one. I will give it a nice flip. Okay. And I continue doing that. Yeah, I moved everything around. Okay, and this is cooking on low heat now. I've taken it right to the low. And I will now add some French beans. Now this is a one-pot dish where you get your proteins, your vegetables, and your carbohydrates, which is the rice. My rice is also ready at this point. There we go. That's my rice ready. So I'm coming back to my French beans. I'll add these and let them steam in this curry or stew. Now I'll give these guys a little mix and position them in such a way that they cook well. So as you can see now, I will now cook this on low heat for another 10 minutes and this dish should be ready. Take my lid. You can see I am moving the beans. I just opened it over the last 3-4 minutes, and I'm moving the beans in between the sauce so that they get coating as well and they don't stand by themselves. This dish should be almost ready in another 3 minutes. And what a beautiful dish it is. You can make the same dish with plain chicken or plain fish. I use salmon in this case, or a combination. In my case, I ended up with a combination because that was the only thing that was left in my kitchen, in my fridge today. So definitely enjoy this wonderful recipe. It's a one-pot dish where you have your carbohydrates, your proteins, and your vegetables, all well balanced. You can see my dish is now ready to serve. plate it up and show you what it looks like.